Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. A great Friday morning. We'll be drawing for some seafood, a special guest here, all kind of cool things going on. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Highway 77. The first temperature I want to give now is going to be the water temperature because I had to double check it and triple check it because it's the first time since I've done the show that we've had the water temperature is 68.5. And there's never been 68 in January, that long if I can remember correctly. I couldn't find any records of it. It's just so warm right now. And that's, 68 is when the Spanish start moving in. I've gotten some reports on Spanish already. Crazy. High today, though, be 67, low 58. Our river readings, they're looking strong. If you like high water, we're looking at Apalachicola Bluntstown right at 20 foot. That's amazing, that high. And then the Choctaw Caryville, it's over 11 and going up. And we got some cool weather coming next week, but this weekend is still going to be a little humid. But getting down in the 30s, first part of next week, that's looking good. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're getting out of neap tides. The high tide is at 329 and low is at 659. And then another high in the afternoon. So we're finishing up neap tides, getting in some good tides next week. And we're looking at the wind pretty strong today, east at about 12 to 14. That's pretty strong. So let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and look who's here this morning. Our good friend, Brad.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. Sunjammers, first of all, let's tell us how was Christmas break and all that with the kids and Santa Claus and everything?
Santa Claus was fantastic. Christmas break was relaxing. Thank you all for giving us a week off. We took the week between Christmas and New Year's off. The week before Christmas, we all had the flu. It started with my youngest, rolled to my oldest. My wife got it. I'm a man, so I never really got sick, but I had to have had it. It about killed me.
Well, the man flu is a lot different from all the others because it about kills us.
I know. I was like, I've experienced childbirth 3 times now for that little spell. And then I stumped my toe, so that was the 4th time.
I know, it's terrible. I understand.
But we all, it was a good reset. We go to Nashville every year for Christmas, where my mom's from, so we go up there and see her parents. And what was really special this year was it was my grandmother's last year, and that really the only house I ever remember. She's moving to an assisted living facility. Yeah. So it was.
And that's around the Franklin area, or what?
Yeah, it was just north of Franklin. And my grandmother lives in Belle Meade, and my grandfather lives up in Jolton. So you.
I knew that area, know it well.
So you Nashville people, when you hear Belle Meade, we're in the servants' quarters of Belle Meade. We're not in no mansion. So just because you got the zip code doesn't mean you're actually there.
That's where your mom grew up in that area?
My mom grew up around Nashville. She came down here. Is it Memorial Day? Is that the first holiday of the year? Mm-hmm. Or Labor Day? Well, she came down Memorial Day. I forget which year. It's been 40-ish years ago, 35? No, somewhere around 40 years ago. I'm 37. It's been 39 years ago. She came down and stayed at the Sandpiper Beacon on the beach. My dad was the beach boy behind it, but he was the Hobie dealer back then. Yeah. He found the prettiest girl on the beach he could, and he took her sailing. Oh. And that was my mom, and then they got married the following February.
What a story. That's a Hallmark movie story.
It is,
Next Christmas we're going to do that.
Absolutely. So that story, that's probably where I got my love for Hobie cats, catamarans, sailboats. I grew up, around the southeast racing catamarans, which kind of got me into.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that background you had. You didn't start last year with Hobie. I mean, your dad had a Hobie way
My dad was the Hobie dealer 30 years before I was. Yeah. Now, ironically, some of the same people were in the company when I started with him that remembered my dad, and my dad's partner was Gary Hunley with the Sandpiper. They were partners in it. So, we got a long history of Hobie catamarans. I grew up sailing. My first love was a sunfish. Yep. Summer of the 3rd grade, before the 3rd grade, I learned how to sail, and I never looked back. And, my first love was sailing. When I needed to, I didn't know it then, but when I needed to get alone and get my head straight, I went sailing. What I didn't realize is I was getting alone with God. I just didn't have that. I wasn't connecting the dots. I was a little too young, and that's exactly what it was. It was me and God sailing, and All my troubles literally just got taken care of.
Just a certain piece you get nowhere else. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And how the business has evolved and all. You're doing all these other things too.
Yeah, we started off as a sailboat shop with a few kayaks in the corner. Now we're a kayak store. I can order you a sailboat, and I got to give my next phrase credit to Ron. Y'all know Ron. We call him the legend that works for us. Old Ron. Mm-hmm. We sell everything from kayaks to hot sauce. And here's our hot sauce. I mean, it's evolved. Basically, a lot of it's what y'all requested. Y'all tag me in so many product videos. In fact, we're going to talk about a few products that I got tagged in on social media, and I ignored it. But about the 10th or 15th tag, I was like, all right, I need to look at this. And there's some cool products we've discovered from y'all letting us know what you see.
That's the beauty of it. Your customers just come in and talk about it, and there it is.
Absolutely. I want to sell what y'all want to buy. I don't want y'all to buy what I sell. And it's pretty simple.
Show some of this cool stuff.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to use his iPad.
Okay, I didn't believe it.
This is your standard drink koozie. It keeps your drinks cool. Cool. So all this does is it sets down and it lifts up. No biggie, but it won't knock over.
Seriously, it won't. See my iPad moving? It's moving, but this is not.
And then just lift straight up, and it comes right up. It's magic. You got to come in the store, and I'll tell you how it works. So what's good about this is on your powerboat, you don't have a cup holder exactly where you want it, but you probably have a smooth piece of gel coat. You set this down, when you take off, it works. Talking to my buddy, Josh with Heritage Excursions. I gave him a few. He runs a 36-foot contender, runs charters offshore.
Yeah.
He said the only downside to this is when his boat goes airborne, this will come straight up, but it'll land straight back down. They tried to catch it on video, they couldn't.
That's funny.
So, and this is a video, I got tagged on Facebook probably 30 times, and finally I was like, let me check it out. I figured it was a scam, it wouldn't work, so I ordered some, fell in love with it, ordered a bunch. As y'all know, a lot of y'all got these for Christmas this year. So.
Well, I know, I'm definitely going to come out. What happened, you were on the show, and you got them right after you were on the show. And so I'm going to get some from my boat.
Another very similar product is these bottles. Not similar product, but kind of came the same way, customer request. Maybe my wife requested this, but I don't know. Somehow, somebody told me to order this. So you see two different height bottles here. What's cool about these is it goes from an 8 ounce to a 20 ounce, and it's the exact same bottle. It just collapses. So if you start the day off with 20 ounces of something, and doesn't stand up well without tons of liquid in it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, or you're like, I don't want a bottle to take up all this room, you just shrink it back down. Or when it's pulled out, you can actually squeeze the air out of it, and it's almost flat, and this takes up very little room in a bag or a pack or something. The person that invented these, they were concert goers, and they got tired of all the single-use bottles.
Yeah.
So they were like, we need a reusable bottle. So they got, let's just use Yeti for an example. Here's 12 ounces. It doesn't compact. It's there all day long, and they're heavy. They weren't needing that longevity that a Yeti lasts of, hours of cold water, because at most of the concerts you have places that you can get water refills. So they just needed a container to hold it in. So
that's cool.
So that's these. These are, and we sold out of these twice during Christmas. We just got restocked, and literally I was just putting them back out. They started selling again. So another super cool product. My kids freaked out over them. And speaking of Yeti real quick, this is their Hot Shot mug. This is not new. Today is my first day drinking out of one of these, because I said, all right, I got to see, what is it? They have not been great sellers, so I'm like, what is it? Well, it's an education issue. So I have my lid screwed in. It works, and all I do is unscrew a quarter-turn lid, and I can drink my coffee out of the top of it.
Okay.
And it just comes all the way around. And the first time I did it, it reminded me of drinking out of a ceramic cup. You know how it just kind of all comes in, but doesn't just flood you? And so I was super impressed with this. I know what you're thinking. We have so many Yeti bottles, you can buy just the lid. It's just a screw-on lid, if I'm smart enough to unscrew it. It's just a screw-on lid is all it is. So this is the same lid. All Yeti lids are interchangeable. So
you got coffee in there now?
Oh yeah, I got coffee in there now. It's my coffee I'm drinking this morning. And it'll be hot at lunchtime if I don't finish it. So that's the Yeti Hot Shot. We have that in stock. And we're not quite there yet, but I went fishing Monday. We'll talk about that in the fishing report.
Okay.
But the main thing I caught was a sunburn.
Oh no.
Because it was like 75 degrees. I needed my Sunbum sunscreen.
Okay.
So
all right.
This is just a spray, a cream, then this is a stick, kind of like deodorant for a face stick.
Yes.
So we stock Sunbum. We're getting it back in stock, more of it. So just because it's January and it's supposed to be cold and covered up, I was out there in shorts and flip-flops, and I got hot.
Okay. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I want to talk about this. We're right back. Hi, welcome back. Brad here, Sunjammer. I want to finish up on this because you get sunburned in wintertime. We can prove that.
Absolutely. So what Coach, right before break, I just mentioned this is face stick. He's like, what is that? So during the break, I pulled it out. All this is I pull it open, the top just comes off, and then you twist up the sunscreen like deodorant for your face. This is the zinc. This is the clear zinc. They have multiple versions of these that we stock. What's good about this is you roll it all the way back down. It's exciting television, isn't it? And then you pop this back down, and it's all it is. It slides in your pockets. You're out there like, ooh, my nose, my cheeks, my shoulders are getting it. You just rub it on wherever you need. So super easy, super handy, and I feel like this is just our post-Christmas, we got everything that we sold out of that everybody asked for back in stock commercial. Because we sold out of all our hot sauces.
That stuff's so good, I know.
It is. This peach salsa right here, if you've never had San Andrews Pepper Company peach salsa, you owe it to yourself to come in and get a peach salsa. It is unbelievably good. And
well, listen, we all watching football games. We watch the national championships. He always makes a salsa and all, and we use this. That's our highlight.
Yeah, it is. It's it's good. St. Andrews Pepper peach salsa is the highlight of every single party it goes to. It steals the show. All the hot sauces are good. The habanero is actually my favorite. The cayenne. It's hot, but it's not super hot. The habanero salsa has that heat, but it's a good heat, but something about this peach salsa, it starts off a little spicy, but then the sweetness of the peach kicks in and it just knocks it. It's unbelievable. So, all right, so that's our St. Andrews Pepper Company, and you can catch Dan and his family who run this company at the St. Andrews Farmers Market every Saturday. What I tell everybody, if you're down there and you talk to them and you sample it, buy it from them. Don't come buy it from me. It's supporting a small business but if you need it any day but Saturday, come see me. I got your back. So. All right, so we're known for Hobie kayaks. This is Hobie's new pedal. If you just glance at this, you think, oh, there's not a whole lot different about that. It's just Hobie's Mirage Drive pedal system. Well, on this particular model, it's the Hobie Pro Angler 360 drive. They've adjusted the way that you nice and easy adjust your leg lengths. Super easy. But what's really nice is this bottom will spin 360 degrees. So when I'm in the water, I have a steering control for my rudder, just like we've always had. It's how you steer. I also have a control that locks into these gears right here, which in the Mirage Drive inside the hull of the kayak, these gears lock up with other gears. And when I rotate that dial, this thing will turn. So if I'm sideways, I have sideways thrust. I can literally walk that kayak sideways. So come see me or Google Hobie Pro Angler 360. And
that's fascinating because when you a lot of times you get in shallow water and we don't have to turn around and everything like that, but now you can just swing it around.
It's super, super easy, and you don't have to be going forward, making forward progress to start your turn. All kayaks and some boats to that extent, you have to have water moving across your rudder on the back to start it turn. This, you're turning the thrust. It's kind of like having a trolling motor up front. You turn it sideways, the front of that boat starts walking. Same exact theory.
That's a cool invention.
It is. All right. So I wish I would have learned about this product pre-Christmas because I would have sold 100 of them easily. Not that I'm here just to sell y'all stuff, but I'm here to sell you stuff that you need. This is the Toadfish Shrimp Peeler, the exact same company that has those cool koozies. This company just keeps coming up with really cool things, and their story is they're rebuilding oyster beds in the Carolinas. So everyone's like, why the Carolinas? Well, that's where they're from. So of course, if I invented something, we're going to work on St. Andrews Bay. So at least they're doing good with their stuff. So you think about it, you get a couple pounds, 20 pounds of shrimp for 4th of July.
What I wanted to preface this, what I was going to say, every July 4th we have big old shrimp boil, and we get shrimp out, and Gail and the girl, they spend hours in the kitchen cleaning shrimp. I said, and we all try to help, but we're getting away more. But I mean, that's a job cleaning.
Getting your fresh local shrimp is a 3-step process.
You want fresh.
You have to peel it, then you have to devein it, and then you have to butterfly it. If you're good, you can devein it and butterfly it kind of in that same swoop. Then you got to put it underneath the water with your thumbnail. And a secret, if you don't buy this, don't cut your fingernails for a little while. That thumbnail in there really helps get that blood out. And it just works. Or you can take the Toadfish, and I know you can't see this on TV. You're like, what is this? We're going to show you a video here in just a second that that describes and shows you exactly how to use this. I've not used this, but as soon as I put this on my personal Facebook page, hey, what do y'all think about this? I had multiple people tell me it's the best tool we have in our kitchen, because they do shrimp boils and stuff all the time. So they said this is a must-have. Even if you do shrimp one time a year, this is a must-have.
And that's exactly what we do. We do about 15, 20 pounds, and I promise you, we're going to get a couple of them, because, I mean, seriously, this video, we just watched the video before the show, and it explains it all, and it's a no-brainer from here on out. So, Gail, you don't have to sit for hours doing it anymore, I promise you, in July 4th cookout.
Maybe she likes that couple hours away from everybody.
No, we all sort of do it.
That's because you're all on her way, that's right. So every time I've showed this or mentioned somebody, they're like, man, I like that idea, that as soon as they see this video, they're like, I gotta have it.
Yep. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna roll the video in a second, and then we're gonna come back, we're gonna draw our names for all the fishing off from Tarpon Dock, and we're gonna give you a fishing report for this weekend. So Jeff, let's roll this video.
Your guests are due to arrive, and you still have the daunting task of hand cleaning a few pounds of shrimp. First, you peel them, then you butterfly them, then you wash and clean out the vein. The process can be long and drawn out. Toadfish Outfitters has taken this painstaking process and streamlined it. Introducing the Frogmore Shrimp Cleaner, the first of its kind shrimp tool that allows you to peel, devein, and butterfly shrimp in one single smooth motion. Here's how it works. You insert the tool right below the top of the shell. Then you push the tool forward while at the same time sliding the shrimp upwards towards the handle. The entire shrimp peel will be left on the Frogmore cleaner, and the peeled, deveined, and butterflied shrimp will be left in your hand, and you're done. And on to the fun part.
Welcome back. There with Brad Stevens with some sun jammers. All kind of cool things happen every day down there, so go check it out, except for Sunday,
Monday.
for
Sunday. Now, cool things happen on Sunday, Monday. You just can't be a part of them, unfortunately.
You can't be in the store. Fishing game time today brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at 5:42 to 7:42 this morning, and this evening from 6:07 to 8:07. Let's do our weekly draw now. Well, look, we got a lot of names sent in. In 2 weeks, we got that many names sent in. So first name is going to be a $20 gift certificate. All right, that winner is?
Kenny Bostick.
Kenny Bostick from Lynn Haven. $20, Kenny.
That one literally just jumped in my hand. It like popped up. It was preloaded.
The big red snapper is going.
Yes. David Gilmore.
David Gilmore from Panama City. All right. Sounds good. 2 local winners there now. Okay. Well, you hear a lot of fishing reports down there and all, but before we get, I want to show these paddles real quick. Those are cool.
Yes, this is an aquabound paddle. Super lightweight. Phil, I like that. I mean, that's only half the paddle, but super lightweight, because the paddle, if you're not going to pedal, the paddle makes a ton of difference in how efficient you can go through the water. But I'm kind of shallow, I'm kind of vain. I like things to be pretty and look really nice. So we seeked out some really cool paddles. This is the Tango, I believe, versus the Whiskey. They have a Whiskey, a Tango, and a Foxtrot. So I don't know what they were nodding to there, but cool. So super lightweight, very thin, and very efficient in the water. And then this paddle right here, I brought the wrong one, but you see it's upside down. Yeah. Just a beautiful wood workmanship in this paddle right here. This paddle right here, it's a little heavier, but this is real wood, goes into a carbon fiber shaft. It's still lightweight, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I have a little carbon reinforcement right around this for abrasion resistance when you're shoving off stuff. So Bending Branches and Aquabound, these are actually sister companies. They're made in the same factory. Okay. So both made in America, made up in, I have no idea where, some Yankee state. But super lightweight, really good paddles. If you're going to be paddling, you owe it to yourself to have a paddle that's efficient, because when you go to pull a cheap paddle through the water, that blade wants to walk. These right here, they just pull. They're just, design means everything in a paddle. That's cool.
That's cool. Okay, let's talk about fishing and all now. Let's go to your reports first. We don't have to get away in the secret spots, but you have just a group of guys and girls that fish on a regular basis.
They do, and if you join the Panama City Kayak Fishing Association Facebook page, the PCKFA.
Hey, isn't that meeting's Monday night?
The meeting is one day this next week.
21st, I think.
Yep, send us a Facebook message. I think it's next Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday night, 21st.
But good thinking. Next Tuesday, come meet all these guys, and they aren't going to tell you where they're fishing.
Where will it be?
It's going to be at Los Antojitos on the back deck in historic St. Andrews. So come on down. Everybody's welcome. But join the Facebook page. We talk. We share a lot of fish, a lot of lies on there. You know, that's a fishing page for you. But I promise you one thing. We don't catch fish at the Whistle Buoy. That's that other page. Just kidding. But this Monday, I went fishing Monday, but it was super windy Monday. Yeah. And I was in a brand new boat I wasn't familiar with, the Hobie Passport 12, just kind of testing it out. I was in skinny water. Those redfish were in 8 to 10 inches of water. You know, the bigger fish, the smaller fish were actually a little deeper. Couldn't get any of them to bite because that wind, the bank I was on, that wind picked up. It was blowing me perfect, but it had the water churned up, and it was like I was fishing in hot chocolate. I saw them from me to you. I don't know how far away you are from the TV, but pretty close, about 10 or 15 feet when I saw them. That's just too close to catch a fish. They already felt the pressure of the kayak, even though we're super low pressure craft. But the fish are there, and these kayakers, they've been wearing out the trout early morning. Almost doesn't matter what the tide's doing. They're catching lots of 20-inch trout.
A lot, okay, and that's what we want to talk about. You know, fresh water, too much river water, too much lake water. It's going to be tough fishing fresh water. It's a great time to go this weekend and it's going to be trout and redfish.
Absolutely.
That's going to be the target fish this weekend. They doing what are they basically fishing with? You know,
just all artificials. All of our kayakers throw artificial. I'm not sure exactly what baits they have. Come to the meeting on Tuesday.
They'll share
and they'll let you know all they can. But you know, when you get on a honey hole that keeps consistently producing fish, you just go, we're catching fish, and go, where are they biting? You go, right here.
Oh yeah.
And that's about it. But you know, these boys have worked really hard to find these spots. So kudos to them.
But the point is, they're catching them. They're catching this kind of weather, and they're getting out of the wind and all. But several places, you know, we talk about it every Friday, show you on the map and all. Those places, I showed that picture this week. One of our viewers put my spots on there. You go to some of those spots on there, I promise you'll catch some. But
absolutely, and the thrill of catching big fish is honestly the years of learning getting there. If you don't fall in love with the journey of fishing, you might as well quit now and take up golf. Well
said. Well said. If you spoil yourself if you ask, where do you go? What do you use? And go right there and catch it. That's not that much fun.
No,
really.
I mean, it's fun in the moment, but you're always seeking more. When you learn the pattern, and you learn so much about the bay. Just being out there, you know. I'll admit, we go fishing some days, we don't catch a fish to keep. We keep very few fish, but if we were going to, we just didn't. Because we're exploring new spots, trying new techniques, and just having fun being in nature.
And enjoying the great outdoors.
That's it.
We got to go, buddy.
Hey, sounds good.
Thank you, man. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Do something good today for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.